Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Before we have the event started, a huge shout out to our sponsors. Starting off with our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. And joining along with me this time is, of course, going to be CA. And CA, we are in that sort of phase where things are getting really nitsy and bitsy. What do you think of this encounter?
Oh, it's just going to be absolutely amazing because, as you said, we're in that part of the tournament where everything is getting so tense. All of these teams so well matched against each other, especially that second to sixth mark where any team can make it to the top four. Like, damn, it is going to be awesome this match.
Yeah, but for all you new viewers out there, let's take a quick look at the format of how the eISL has really been. And as we take a look at it, we're still ongoing with the league stages, which is about to come to an end. We're going to have our top 4 teams, and then there's going to be the playoffs, and then towards the finals where we've got 19 to 21st March, right? And then whoever wins that now goes into a 1v1 showdown for a slot for the golden ticket into the FGS.
Yeah, exactly. And that golden ticket is what I'm sure is on every player's minds right now, along with a chunk of this massive prize pool that we have. 78 lakh rupees up for grabs, fixes, and for the best of them all, a personalized NFT too.
Oh yes, and that too just for the MVP, huh? Not for anyone else. But the first position, like you said, a whopping 15 lakh rupees for the first time ever in the history of Indian FIFA. We are witnessing such a humongous prize pool, and it's such a good thing that the ecosystem of FIFA is going to grow so much more after this. We're going to have so many new players also participating, and the dream is going to turn out true. But for now, see, we're sort of in this junction. This matchup is really pretty weird, at least personally, because on one side, we do have Odisha FC, who apparently have had a really good run yesterday, trying to foil down other teams' games. And they're going up against Mumbai City FC, who have just been thrown off their second spot, who are now looking to regain it back. And, well, they're playing after a while. What do you think?
Exactly. It can go either ways, right, Fixers? Like you said, it's been a while since they played, which means they might have some really nice strats prepared, maybe some new players they bring in, or they might be rusty. But as you mentioned, they recently got knocked off their spot, so let's take a look at the leaderboard and see how things lie right now. And like you were talking about, Chennai, of course, able to get above Mumbai City FC, albeit although temporarily, because of course this is Mumbai City FC's game in hand, and they're just 2 points away, so a win will get them back to the second spot.
Yes, exactly. And the way they've been playing Mumbai City FC, I think, you would ideally expect them to win, but against Odisha FC, it's so difficult to sort of come to a clear conclusion as to what is really gonna happen in that matchup, because the last time these two teams are faced off against each other, it was Mumbai City FC who walked off with a win. But Shubham did manage to win his game though, right? So he did manage to win against Ashwin in that in a scoreline of 2-0, I believe. I think we're gonna have a quick look at that in just a little while. But coming down to the crux of it, I really want to see this time who goes up against who. So this time it's again gonna be the same matchup. Duggal against Tikka and Shubham. This time, however, one thing has changed is the order of matches. Last time, Shubham went against Ashwin in the first matchup. Now they're going off against each other in the second matchup. And Duggal, yesterday we clearly saw what he's really capable of, right? When he went up against a player like Lok Manu and took him for a ride. So, of course, he would be wanting to take down Tikka and try and demolish him. But then again, the individual prowess of Tikka, that is something that everyone should be scared of.
Exactly, and especially given the way the player has grown leaps and bounds ever since the eISL has started, fear is definitely what he strikes into the minds of opponents. But I think overall for Mumbai City FC, their biggest strength lies in their camaraderie with each other, the way they're able to help each other grow and therefore become such a strong unit in the co-op, which they'll always have. Even if one of them fumbles in the individual, the other picks it up and then they're able to close it off in the co-op.
Oh yes, this sort of a brotherhood between these two players really comes out in whole colors out there. But right now, let's take a look at some of the statistics as we take a look at their head-to-head. And there you have it. So 14 matches being played for both the teams, but Mumbai City FC clearly being the more goal scorers over there, and quite justified by their positioning in the points table, right? 81 points secured out of the 81 goals secured out of the 14 games that have been played, 8 matches they've been won, and 26 points is what they've earned. And going up against a player like Ashwin is going to be such a difficult task, even for Shubham this time. Of course, last time he did manage to beat him, but we're talking about Ashwin, who's now has reformed, right? He has made a different sort of play style. He's gotten used to that because earlier on, even he said this in the interview, right? I'm kind of feeling a little nervy about myself. I used to double guess myself, and this time he's just going into the shots. But let's take a look at the statistics of the previous matchups and check out how the match fared out. And there you go. So the co-op game sort of being the decider between these two teams, and Mumbai City won narrowly against Odisha FC.
Yeah, and this is so often the case with Mumbai City FC, where sometimes Ashwin is just demolishing his individual opponent, sometimes it's Tikka, but it comes down to the wire in the co-op game. But they almost always manage to secure it in the bag, and maybe one time you can be like, yeah, maybe it's fluke. Two times maybe you can say the same thing, but when they've done it so many times in a row, it becomes a skill, an art form almost, in their ability to stay calm and composed under such high pressure and pull off those 3 points.
Oh yeah, and again, now heading back to what we really have in front of us, right? This particular matchup, especially, we've got to talk about Duggal, because Duggal is one of those guys, right? He suddenly wakes up, he feels that, yeah, I'm here to win, I'm gonna play my hearts out, and he suddenly scores, and then you have nothing that you can do up against. But going up against Tikka, how do you feel? What are we gonna expect from this particular matchup?
Oh, I'm really excited for it because, as you said, for Tikka, it's just become a matter of adapting to his very different opponents that he's played throughout. But for Duggal, it's been up and down and up and down, and that's sort of the story for Odisha FC as a whole. So now we even saw earlier in this matchup several teams who are near the lower end of the leaderboard. They have the pressure lifted off their shoulders, so they're almost playing that much better because of that. I wonder if the same will come through for Duggal and he plays better just because there's no pressure anymore and less nervousness because of it.
Even fingers crossed from my side as well, because honestly, if you talk about these players over here, they're all experienced, right? They're the best of the lot that we have. That is, they're the best of the lot that India has to offer. But talking about the play styles, right? We do see a bit of a variation between Tikka and Duggal, right? Tikka is one of those players who loves to get inside the box with just that one player, dribbles his way through, and then instantly goes for the score. But on the other hand, if you talk about a player like Duggal, he relies a lot on his passing plays, right? A little bit of trick moves, and he has a lot of more different variations. So we've got to see. Another thing that has to be put into consideration over here is Odisha FC clearly have nothing to lose. So I'm thinking they're just going to go all in, have fun. That is what I think Duggal pretty much also did tell us. So it's going to be interesting as to how they fare off against each other. But for Mumbai City FC, I think this particular win will sort of ensure their footing in the top four. They're still one of the strong contenders, even to win the entire thing, entire eISL all over here. But it's all going to be so exciting before the match gets started off. But for all you viewers, you tell us who do you think has that potential chance to win this one, or who do you think is gonna win this matchup? So do spam in your chat section, and do let us know who are you really rooting out for. But to be honest, CA, who do you think is gonna win this one?
Oh, I really do think that, of course, the matchup statistically is kind of skewed towards Mumbai City FC. And I'm a math major, I follow the statistics, I follow the numbers. So I have to go with Mumbai City FC on that note. But like we note with most MCFC matches, I think this one is also going to be very, very close.
Oh, indeed, it is. It is because Mumbai City FC, more than anything, they've been one of the most entertaining teams, right? At times, you rely on Karman Tikka to be the one who showcases all of that. But when it all comes down, Ashwin, man, the kind of a form that he has picked up lately, he's been playing out of his minds, and a little bit of a peekaboo, just making sure everything's all right. And I love that smile on this lad's face.
What is he looking at? Is what I'm curious. I wonder if it's that eISL like statuette or kind of thing. Like he's like, hey, that's a football. I want to kick a football around. Maybe he misses playing some IRL football, you know. But as you can see, Shubham, we know what just happened, that interaction there. I'm not sure we can talk about it. But back to the matchup itself. Fixes, I believe first up it is going to be Dougal versus Ashwin. So we'll have to see how this one pans out.
Oh yeah, this definitely is going to be so much more exciting,
From
right?
Tikka.
Yeah. I mean, Dougal going up against Tikka. This is it, right? Again, a rematch, and this time, of course, Dougal would be wanting to take his own sweet revenge. If you take a look at the skill-wise, right? Dougal has been grinding a lot lately, but
Yeah.
anything is possible, honestly. And 26 goals has been scored by Dougal in the 14 matches that he's played, and Tik has managed to score 25. So not a lot of difference. We've seen this new version of Dougal ever since the commencement of 2022, and we have seen that he really gets deadly. Initially, when he started off, he was a little bit nervy, and yesterday he even expressed his desires to get back into streaming once the eISL gets done. So I mean, I'm gonna speculate CA going up against Dougal. Is it right to do so?
Oh, I would be down. I would probably get smashed, but hey, I'd learn a lot. So I would definitely be down, you know. Maybe I could play like 10 at the back and just frustrate the heck out of him and maybe get him to forfeit. That way I can get the win. But I don't know. Otherwise, it'd be kind of impossible. But enough of that. Let's get straight into the matchup. It's Dougal, the person we're talking about, immediately on the attack, off the kickoff, trying to go it off solo with the man, Mabba paper. No, it will not happen. And Pika, I'm sure he's going to be a lot more controlled with his attacks.
Oh yeah, and now the game has started off. For all you viewers out there who've just tuned in lately, it's of course Mumbai City FC. From right to left, we do see them in their signature blue, and Odisha FC from left to right in that black and purple. I love the combination. I've gotten myself that V-Fleck robot already, but look at Chicago with Ronaldo. Goes for a really early chip, but I think he was not really having a lot of options there, did he?
Yeah, I could have just gone for the smash and hoped it would have been a rebound, but it would have been more or less the same chance either way around. And we've seen Ankit pull off some nasty, nasty chip shots. So, any of that is most definitely possible. But right now, it is Tika setting up the manual runs down the right wing, but he actually just goes straight up for R7. And he's got a Pele in the box, can just go for the cross, but gets marshaled out in for a corner. And yeah, we're just going to see some standard short corners being taken. Though Tikka does usually have some really cool, nifty setups, and he's trying to go for that again, but slight whiff on the cross.
A little bit of a whiff over there, but it's fine. It's fine. He can live along with that. And and both these players, one thing I've noticed over here, CA, is they're going for an end-to-end FIFA against each other, right? Leaving no stones unturned, and this could be a really good pass, but needs to get a better cross at that. Goes directly for the shot. Oh my goodness! I would have lost my mind had that gone in.
Yeah.
But who on earth was the defender? Because the goalkeeper had been beaten. Oh God.
And I think Dougal is still in a little bit of shock. He's like, bro, how did that not go in? But usually these kind of moves are with a sucker punch, and the sucker punch comes immediately. I
Oh.
swear this happens so often in FIFA. On one end, you're like, I'm about to score a goal, and then on the other end, you get scored upon instead. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt for Tekka. That's a 1-2 straight into the
Oh.
heart.
Oh, I mean, there you go. I mean, Dougal really bearing the brunt of it, and this has been quite ritualistic with the eISL. We have seen this happening time and time again. When you tend to go in, you feel like you're scoring a goal, and then you suddenly concede one, and out of nowhere. at that. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is all we have signed here for. We did see that bicycle kick also happening, but oh, that hurts. That hurts, especially for the girl and all the Odisha FC fans.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, what hurts even more is that I think it's going to affect the momentum of Dugal going forward. So I'm just hoping he's able to claw a goal back in this half because his attacks have looked very creative, quite devastating, but he's not getting much of the ball, so he has to rely on the counter. It's actually Tikka setting up chance after chance after chance fixes, really starting to put the pressure on to Dugal.
Oh yeah, and at this particular point, it's going to get so cagey. Oh,
Oh,
all right. So Tikka wanted to respond with a bicycle kick of his own, but what's going on? It's all skills galore. But right now, 25 minutes in, we are up with MCFC having that one goal lead. A keeper really
oh, penalty.
advancing. Is it a no? What is happening?
Oh,
I'm done.
it's Bendy Mendy.
I think. See, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Against any other keeper there, I think that's a penalty. But Mendy is, well, I like to call him Bendy Mendy because he gets everywhere, literally. Any kind of situation, he'll get his hands in. And I'm assuming in that situation, he was able to get the ball. But now a really nice 1-2 set up by R9 and Mbappe. And he's got the cross into the box, sets up the manual run into R7. But the cross a little too slow and the jump a little too early. So the counter now set up with R7 on the other side.
Oh, and it's just a back and forth affair, right? It's just a back and forth affair going on right now. Both these players so adamant at going at each other like this. Mbappe giving it towards Ronaldo. This is a moment where we really need to catch our breath because such end-to-end football. Again, Mbappe and Kamantika loves to showcase all the skill moves that he's mastered over time. Oh, getting into the box, but Varane is there for the intervention. And now it's time for counter-attack as Ronaldo Nazario in tandem with CR7. He's trying to build this play up. Maybe a chip pass, something like that, but no. Instead, Kante towards Ronaldo wanted to go for a turn, but the ball has been stolen away.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, another attack set up. It's end-to-end action. But finally, an offside play gives us a chance to catch our breath and the players as well. But actually, a strike that on my part because once again, Dugal is just quick on the attack, twists around Gullit, sets it up with his own. But Marquinhos, the ever so consistent player, and I guess the only card that we've seen in some way or form throughout from the start of the eISL to the end. Defenders have changed, keepers have changed, attackers have changed, but some version of Marquinhos seems to always make it into a team.
Oh yeah, and Marquinhos, I think, did make that entry in. We've got so many close competitors, and Marquinhos and let's say Hullet, right? He's always been
Yeah.
there, but there you go, a
Oh.
shot again being taken, but finally not going through. But right now with Mbappe, Hakimi makes the rescue. Now, Hakimi did come at the cost of a lot of players, leaving out Cafu, I think, and we're not seeing a lot of Theo Hernandez as well. So, a lot of changes have been made ever since the patch update with the Team of the Years cards coming in through Ronaldo again. This is Tikka making all those moves so difficult at the same time, for the players to really think what are they trying to execute, and there you go. As we are talking, we have approached the end of the first half, and what an interesting first half that we got to witness here, because this this sucker punch, oh, hurts.
Exactly. So much you can see Ashwin even with a cheeky smile. And that sort of thing has happened to me so many times. It's happened against me. It's just a part of the game at this point. Like, and I think also a bit to do with the psychological factor. When you get so close to scoring, you almost turn off a little bit, or rather, you level down for a second because you're ready to celebrate, but you don't get to, and then immediately the push comes back, and now you're 1-0 down. So that's what OFC really need right now. Odisha FC and Dugal, they need to bounce back. They need to find a way to reset all of that momentum. because now we've got the little magician on the pitch for Mumbai City FC, Messi coming on. A common substitution that we're seeing recently, because of course Messi doesn't get to start because of the chemistry issues, so we regularly see him brought on at halftime.
Oh yeah, and all these substitutes need to be gotten up over here. We've got to see if Mbappe can pull off something out. And now Ronaldo. So back and forth passes being given here and there, and Odisha FC, where are they gonna find that break for themselves, right? Giving it towards Ronaldo. Marquinhos again coming in handy, making that save, and this could be a good pass had Cancelo not chimed in. But regardless, right? The players have been going all in. Which we're witnessing two distinctive style of FIFA, where Google is relying a lot on the passes, Tikka on those individual plays, almost going in, ball still in contention, and somehow the girl has scored. How?
It seems like for him it's as easy as making the tea, because that's the celebration he's got for it. Somehow is the right word I meant to use there, fixes, because honestly at that point I think Tika is cursing his keeper. You're like, bro, what the heck? It just happened, or cursing his defenders at least. Like, that is not okay at all. A bit of a mess there in that final third, as both the defenders and the keepers do not seem to be on the same page. But hey, then again, that is FIFA for you. But Tekka will just look to reset and push back and try to get the lead. Because right now, I think 1-1 on the scoreline is a very much deserved scoreline for both of these players. They have been extremely close, but I will say in terms of quantity, Tikka has created more chances. It has been, though, Vigil who's had a better quality of chances, more close chances overall.
Oh yeah, I mean, Dougal, Tikka, both these juggernauts just going after each other, nothing at all. And this is what I've been talking about, right? Karman Tikka loves to do this a lot. Those individual skill moves that he goes for. And at a certain point, Dougal has realized, right? He's gonna not go for those passes, and that is his cue where he needs to make the intervention. But for now, it's like you said, right? It's 60 minutes gone past into the game, and with Odisha FC scoring one in, we're all leveled up. And now this is the point where you start looking at who is going to be the winner.
Yeah, we really have to going to start considering which team is going to be able to push forward and find that last minute goal. That pass maybe not necessary into the box, just ended up right in front of defenders for Ronaldo and couldn't do much with it. And it's instead now Tikka back on the attack. Bellingham looking for some manual runs, but no loopholes to exploit just yet. So he's going to spread it across the wings, try to stretch apart Dougal's defense and work it on the feet of this little magician.
Oh God! I mean, what a game that we are having in hand. He's
Oh,
going in for the shot directly into Van der Sar's hand, and this is a little bit worrisome about Dougal, right? Because now Tika has started to get so much more deadly. He's just going all in, and it has been more about Dougal trying to play a little bit more defensive than go on the attack, right? And with Mbappe, well, we've got to see if he can pull off anything, any play at all. Passes on towards Kante. Has to look for that cross, but a lot of blue shirts is what I see over here. And now, oh, just a few little back passes. He has even gotten his right back up ahead. And now he's taking time to build his patient play up. This could be that opening that he was potentially looking forward to, but a little slip up in the play. And now it's Carbon Tikka's time to attack.
oh, though he's given away the ball in a cheap place, almost set up again for Dugalba. Last minute scramble, he gets it back, and we're starting to get close towards the end of this match. You can see in terms of the passes and passes stat itself that for both of these players, the play style is quite clear cut. Tikka with a lot more of the possession, a lot more small passes building up to an eventual end goal as compared to Dugal, who just had a lot more counter attacks. Once again, Tikka trying to build that up with Ronaldo on the flank. It just cannot beat Hakimi. He's too fast for even Ronaldo.
Ooh, let's see what is on the line over here. We've got Ronaldo and Bellingham now making those beautiful plays with Hullet. Let's see. He's gone for this pass. Yes, found Ronaldo Nazario. Beautiful pass on towards Messi. He's definitely going to take this shot, but not really going for it. Of course, it was on the right foot, right? He wanted to take the turn and maybe go for the shot from the left foot, but did not really quite succeed in that. Now, just those last 7 minutes raring to go. This is the point where Tikka has to look for a winner, but Marquinhos standing tall as a mountain, not letting it happen. But well, Tikka has been ever resilient with Messi. He's looking for a cross. Oh no, rather goes for a short pass.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Tika is not going to take any, uh, 50-50 chances or any chances less than 100-0 because he wants to make sure that he has that opportunity at that 90th minute mark. But also often we've seen players trying to build up to that and then give the ball away at that 90th minute mark. But Tika holding on to it for dear life, sets it up for Mbappe. And oh, I thought he would go far post on that, but the near post well covered by Van der Sar.
Yeah, I think the way things have been going on in this particular department, right? I think we're gonna see a draw coming out as the result. Tikka clearly not being happy, not being satisfied with the outcomes, and now Ashwin knows he's got some responsibilities on his shoulders right now. So making sure he chugs all that Coca-Cola inside his body, he needs to be completely focused on the game as he needs to make his way in through. But at the same time, Shubham also knows that he's here to spoil some party. And now, with this corner being one of the last chances, maybe that Dugal, in fact, Tikka has to go at a goal. I really felt that he might be going all attacking, but instead did not opt for it. Found Mbappe in a really good angle, but could not get that cut back. This is a giveaway, and if Kid gets punished for that, that's going to be so much more nasty. And finally, the final whistle blows, and there you have it. There you have it. It's a draw. Both these players just going after each other, nothing really separating them out. And the girl is like, Yes, भाई क्या बोल रहा था तो goal करेगा I'll also score one back and yeah this is what is expected to happen, right? One team being a little rusty, but you've got to agree that Tikka had been putting so much more pressure on Dugal, and Dugal really held on.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like you were talking about Tikka, he had more of the possession, had more quantity in terms of number of chances as well. And towards the end, those chances were getting extremely close to bulging that score goal net in general. But right now, it's just a draw that both Tickle and Tikka and Lugal are able to achieve. And going on to game two, Shubham versus Ashwin, I think it's really going to come down to, for Ashwin, I think he's going to be happy with the draw because he knows that they can clutch it out in the co-op. But for Shubham, he needs the win throughout because I really do feel like the strength of MCFC lies in their co-op games. And that's why even after this game, you could see like Ashwin had a smile on his face, like, don't worry about it. The draw itself is quite decent and we'll pull it all through. But on the other side, it was still pressure for Odisha FC.
Oh yeah, I mean at this certain point, right? You've got to say that it all comes down to the second game. So much pressure was applied in the first game. Of course, Tikka right early on. Dugal created such a beautiful chance, and then suddenly out of nowhere, he conceded one. Now that is the most hurting part of it, and that is exactly what I'm going to ask whoever comes for the interview, because that was the goal that everybody remembers, right? Just when he was about to score, he conceded, and this has been the tell to tell in this year of eISL. A lot of players have conceded in those situations, but look at Mumbai City FC, right? They've been so prolific in terms of the possession, in terms of the pressure, and kudos to Dugal as well in managing to hold himself out. But as now the helm has been shifted into Ashwin's heads, we've got to see what he can do against the Viper, Shubham. Tum tum tum.
And dum 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 is what is going on right now, I feel like, in both of their hearts. Because definitely at this point, yes, they are very much accustomed to this LAN environment. They've been in this studio for quite a while, but What they're not accustomed to is so much high pressure. Making it to the top four versus not making it to the top four itself is a big difference. Like, forget the top two for a second. Forget that golden ticket FGS spot. Just getting a chunk of that prize pool by making it to the top four, I think that itself is a huge accomplishment in itself. So, for Odisha FC, a win here will still maybe retain a tiny chance of letting that happen. But for Mumbai City FC, it's not about just the top four. They want to reclaim their second spot. They want to keep going at SC East Bengal and stay on their toes because, of course, they are the only team that managed to take them down. So that's what's going to be in their mind. Like, we managed to beat that first place team once. We just got to keep going in a good form so we get a chance to do it again.
Oh yeah, and at this particular point, if you take a look at their head-to-head, you can clearly see, right? Ashwin has been the more prolific goal scorer, whereas Shubham is really immaculate on his defense, right? He's been just that good. And now to beat someone like Ashwin, he's got to rely heavily on those counter attacks. But Ashwin, he's been having a free flow FIFA, as you can say. Now he's not been second guessing himself. He's got a lot of shots in his arsenal. Has been going for that chop back finesse, and he's got a plethora of attacks to put in front of Shubham. But the question still remains: is Shubham well prepared to counter that or not?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Shubham, he's been a very on and off player. At times, he's looked like he's able to take down the best of the best, but on certain days, he's just off. He's not having a great day, and he's not able to reproduce that same level of form. Now, normally, we would say the same about Ashwin, but he has usually managed to scramble out, if not a win, a draw at least. But recently, I would say it seems like he's really blossomed into the best version of his own self, and he's starting to really look clinical in his chances. But hey, talking about recently, we haven't seen either of these Mumbai City FC boys recently. So I really want to see from Tikka's end. We saw very similar gameplay to what we saw last time around. I wonder if it's the same for Ashwin, or maybe finally we get to see a cross or two coming from Ashwin, because he is the I will never cross guy. Right? But recently, with Ronaldo's coming into the team, with so many more tall players, you can certainly go for those crosses, like we saw Tikka doing as well.
Oh yeah, I mean we've seen on certain occasions even Lewandowski also coming in. We have seen Zlatan coming in, Ronaldo, I think the team of the year card. Ronaldo, he's been so good, right? With those statistics, he's been. I think one of those players even did say in the interview. I think it was Mufu who came up and said that Ronaldo's really good for setting up setting up headers from those wing areas. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see what do they go for. And here you go, the fist bump coming out. And now we are all getting excited to see what is going to happen when these two lads collide against each other. It's common Tikka, of course, sitting on the sidelines. And Ashwin, he's just going to wait a little while before he also has his hands on the controller. But now with the first game sort of ending in such a manner, now heading into the second one, Ashwin, he would want to win this one out, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be easy. But regardless, now talking about, we've got enough time to discuss about the top four prospects, right? Of course, SC East Bengal, I'm pretty sure they have made it through, right? There's no chance on earth that anyone can steal the top four berth from them. It's the second, third, and fourth in contention. Now, considering the top four that we have right now, CA, do you think towards the very end are we gonna have any changes? Because it's so volatile. Bengaluru FC, they're sitting at 24 points, but so are Northeast United FC, and so is Jamshedpur FC with just 1 point deficit. And then comes on 7th position FC Goa, CA, with 13 games played. So, do you think we're gonna anticipate or expect FC Goa to make it to the top four, or is it gonna be somebody else?
Oh, honestly, Fixes, that's a little too hard to anticipate, especially with a lot of teams still scheduled to play each other, right? Like, a lot of these teams, they've only played each other once. So, I feel like it's gonna come down to the times where they do end up playing against each other, and which team is able to find the right vein of form in that particular day. Now, I do wonder what this discussion is about, and probably about how he could have played certain things differently. But maybe right now, Shubham, it's time to focus on this match itself coming up real soon, because I think right here, even if Ashwin is able to guarantee himself a draw, Mumbai City FC go into that next match with a lot of a better feeling, a lot better in terms of the past precedents where they've usually been able to secure the co-op, or even the last time these two particular teams played against each other where Mumbai did secure that co-op. We'll have to see, because last time around it was Shubham taking the win against Ashwin individually, so maybe he can replicate that once again.
Or he would definitely want to do that. But again, this was one of those matches that happened pretty early on, if my memory serves me right. And after that, post 2022, after its commencement, we did see a huge rise in the way Ashwin has been playing, right? So I'm pretty sure he's in here for revenge, and he's like, yeah, you think that you can defeat us so easy or what? I'll show you. That is exactly it. I'll always love to watch Ashwin on the camera, right? Always a smile on this player's face, and even Tikka, considering his run so far, one of the most impressive players, one of the players who's been showing a lot of promises and talent. Could do a little better with passing in the final third at least. Doesn't really go for it, but sometimes he doesn't even need that.
Yeah, exactly. Ashwin is very much a player who's set in his ways and likes to do things a certain from a certain perspective, And normally, I wouldn't be a fan of it, because I feel like in FIFA especially, you need to evolve. But the way he does it, it's very logical, very efficient. So I've definitely come to appreciate his style of play, because of the simple fact that he has a simple explanation for everything he wants to do. May that be something as simple as liking to take shots across the goal, and therefore playing wingers with their strong foot on that preferred side, or something as complicated as why he doesn't cross, or why he likes to play those shorter passes. It's because he's such a good playmaker. He has a great eye for these plays. But right now, I think a lot of talk, and we just want to walk the plank and see the match. Maybe grab a Coke for myself, because I think the way this is going, I will most certainly need that extra boost of sugar and energy.
Oh yeah, we all do need all do need it. I have already gotten my share of caffeine. I think I would urge you to get your as well, and for all the viewers out there, while this match is taking a little time to get started off, get your favorite beverage, right? Get yourself your Coca-Cola. You might not want to be missing this one out, because it's gonna get so heated up in just a little wee while, because the players must be they're just portraying this smile on their face, but we all know that once they get into the game, they are arch rivals, right? And finally, best of luck. And I think this does say that it's game time. So yes, finally the game face is on, and Shubham is raring to go. Let's see who turns out as a victor.
More than even the game faces, I feel like it's the postures that give it away. As soon as that hunch comes in and the player leans into the monitor, is when you instantly know that they're ready to go. But yeah, we started off eISL talking about the fist bumps of Mumbai City FC, and now coming towards the end of eISL, they've upgraded from fist bumps to coke bumps. I like it.
Now that's how we want it, right? But regardless, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we are back inside the game, and as we can take a look at this particular situation over here, Odisha FC from left to right in their black, Mumbai City in their blue from right to left, and now starting things off is Shubham, who still managed to retain possession, and it's an early out attack. And he's been saying that he's been contained a lot of times by the teams, trying to play defensively when they go up against him. So today, he's trying to turn the tables. He's going on the offense. Has been looking really deadly. But that's the thing with Ashwin, right? You give him this chance, he's gonna punish you for that. He's got that little steal over there, and ever since has managed to keep the possession.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at this point, it's really starting to become about a clear-cut play style for both teams rather than individual players. We saw this from Tikka as well. Though I feel like Ashwin is a lot more, composed as compared to Tika, who's a lot more instinctive. Tika likes to make those plays depending on what he feels is the right move, and that does give him an edge a lot of the times. But Shubham himself, I think, very different from Dugal in regards to the fact that he's not going to rely on those counters too much. He just like Ashwin is going to try to hold possession as much as he can, and it's quite interesting. Actually, I'm just noticing is that Eusebio playing in the midfield. That's not something we see often.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to, really get over to the interview and ask these players of what their intentions are. But right now, with this game again, oh, all right. So we do have a few new players coming up in for Mumbai City FC. Of course, after the patch update, we haven't really seen a lot. So Diaz making his way in, Marquinhos being present ever, and Joao Cancelo. So Joao Cancelo has been. One of the go-to picks ever since the new cards have really come in, right? So now with Ronaldo Nazario passing it towards De Bruyne,
Oh,
and this could be the perfect shot at goal. And this is what I was talking about, Ashwin. He gets a chance, he instantly goes for the shot. Now he stopped double questioning himself. He's going for it, and right from the very beginning, Shubham realizes that he needs to wake up.
yeah, and boy, oh boy, like even the keeper did not move at all. Hold on, Shubham seems to be just connecting his headphones. Maybe that's the difference. Shouldn't be that much of a difference. It is FIFA. You don't need that background noise. You can see Ashwin himself doesn't like any earphones put on. But like I was saying, the keeper didn't move an inch, and it tells you the strength of that chance itself. Like right here, you can see just the instant shot across goal. The keeper reacts after the ball is bulging in the back of the net, and that's really the strength of Ashwin come recently. And it's the perfect time to peak as a player, fixtures, because coming towards the end of this tournament, coming towards the playoffs, this is where you want to become your best version and you want to achieve the best results.
And Shubham is one of those players I've seen, right? Yeah, after conceding a goal, he instantly loves to score one in and likes to equalize the numbers. But majority of it happens in the second half. So since it's a very early phase scenario, we've got to see if Ashwin can be equally sound on defense as he is on his offense right now. And with Eusebio, likewise, I think the only reason I can see feel is to get a little bit of a pace and presence. He loves to run around a lot and can offer a lot inside the team. What do you think, according to you, could be the reason of having Eusebio play from such a position?
I think it has to be chemistry, right? He's probably playing 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and he's got Eusebio in the cam position, is what I'm guessing. And the chemistry matters a lot because then the legend connects to both strikers, he connects to both midfielders, and just sets up the chemistry really, really well. Well, maybe it's just the fact that he wants that extra bit of playmaking in the midfield, and he trusts Eusebio because of the fact that he's been using him for a long, long time. Either ways, though, well marshaled on the defense, and right now, Ashwin just trying to hold on to the ball and deny any hope for Shubham and just sort of make him a little desperate. But a great tackle there from Shubham. He's got the ball back on the counter. Will he go for a low cross here?
Oh, I mean, that would be the case, and that could have been a good chance, but no. Ashwin, being ever alarmed, ever alert, and on his defenses, manages to see it through. And now Hakimi making that run from that right wing over there. He's getting his right backs up ahead a little bit, finding that little room and space around the midfield, with Hullet having a variation in there. He has a lot of options, and we've got to see who does he really opt for. And instead goes for Ronaldo. The question is he going to score? Now with De Bruyne, you've got that extra little
Oh
pace
my!
and power. And I did not see that coming in from miles far. And Mumbai City FC and Ashwin and his prolific strikingness over there. Wow.
Sheesh, man. Just smack top corner right there by Ashwin. He's come here to play. No joke about it. And especially when you consider the last time these two played, it was overall a 2-0 win for Shubham. But in just a matter of 35 minutes, Ashwin's got two clear goals in the bag. And Shubham hasn't even managed to create a quality chance yet. There's no case of, like, for example, what happened with Dougal, where a miraculous save comes through or any of that. It's just Ashwin dominating in every single way, showing us exactly why Mumbai City FC is number two. But Shubham, got real close. But again, Ashwin Just
Well,
not letting him have a clear-cut chance fixes.
yeah, it's getting so much more interesting than this right now. I mean, of course, at this particular point, Odisha FC, they've got their backs against the wall. They've got to do something, right? They've got to score at least one in, because heading into the first half, if you're 2 goals down already, it's going to be so devastating for them as a player. So Shubham has got to see it through, because this is Ashwin on getting his sweet revenge, right? He's realizing that he's not going to get a lot of room inside the box, so might as well go outside and take a few shots. He knows the players' statistics, he knows the tendency that they tend to have, and that now with Hullet has to look for that late cutback, but instead goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, it really does look quite doomed for Odisha FC, but it's just the first half. So I'm sure he will be able to bounce back. Maybe a substitution or two needed to be made to try and exploit the fact that, as you can see on the map right now, Ashwin's defense it's quite high. So maybe if Shubham can get an extra tinge of pace involved, focus on the counter attacks a lot more, the way we saw Dougal doing. That could be a threat to Ashwin's defense right now. But otherwise, if it's just this slow play style, I feel like Ashwin is very, very comfortable handling this both on the attack and the defense. And he's just dominating in every single way. Now 1-2 for that Portuguese magician Eusebio, looking for something, but instead it's blocked and given back. Actually, a foul in the middle of the pitch, right outside the box. This is actually a great spot for a knuckleball if he chooses so.
We've got to see with Hullet if he's going to make it work. And oh, a little bit of a clash with the defender, but there you go, saves it. And there you go, the first half whistle blowing off. And now Ashwin in such a comfortable position, right? I really like this, wicked jersey of
Yeah.
Mumbai City FC as well. That black. It looks so dope.
Yeah, very close to their parent company and overall, and yeah, especially the designing in the front with all of those nifty lines coming through. It looks
Yeah.
very, very nice.
No, I
But
mean,
talking about looking very, very nice, this goal, man. Oh,
oh,
perfectly timed.
yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of goals coming in with De Bruyne, at the very least with De Bruyne, but I think it has got a lot to do with the run that he had, right? He was in the perfect position, and the power, man. The power is what created all the difference. The way, and he was really clinical at the back of it. So Ashwin clearly knowing what he does, but few substitutes being made. Messi bought in place of Ronaldo with Eusebio, who was just trying to master and get in, but no, did not get the opportunity, as now Eusebio has all the chance to build an attack, opts for passing it on towards Hollett on the left hand side, and now he's getting his players a little up top, applying that extra bit of pressure and retaining a lot of possession. So if he can find some chinks in his armor, I think we're looking at a potential 3-0.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, it's really up to Shubham to try and make that difference and try and pull off some sort of miraculous comeback. He needs one at least in the next 10 to 15 in game minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to find the win, let alone find the draw right here. So Ashwin still though dominating the ball in every single way. I'm curious what the possession stats end up being. I feel like it's going to be somewhere around the 60-65% mark for Ashwin, which is insane for a player like him because he has so many ways to set up. The chances could just go for the pass right
No
here,
way.
but plays with the minds of Shubham and the keeper, made the keeper move towards the far post and then niftily places in near post. Ashwin, you said 3-0 at this point. I feel like it could be a lot more.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Completely outplaying and outsmarting his opponent, because Shubham at that particular moment he was thinking that maybe he's gonna go for that pass. Maybe he's gonna give it on to Zullet, and he's the one who's gonna go for a score, right? But Ashwin, he has this tendency not to give it away, right? He knows that he's got that perfect shooting accuracy, and every single chance that he's been getting, he's been scoring. 56 minutes inside the game, and this might look like lights out for Odisha FC with this 3-0 scoreline. And the first game, I mean, Duggal put his hearts out, managed to pull off a draw. But looking at this particular game and situation, I think it's clearly heading one-sided. Mumbai City FC clearly showing or displaying their domination over here. And now We've got to see if he can score the fourth one. Ashwin clearly one of the favorite players, not just for the Mumbai
Oh,
City fans, but everyone included. As this time Peter Cech was rightfully placed, and it goes out for a corner. De Bruyne, he's gonna look for that cross, but when rather goes for a short pass, and Ronaldo trying to dribble past the defenders, just keeping the passing game strong.
ooh, oh, Sakasakas right there fixes because quite cheaply given away, sets up the counter once again. But do I do this? Do I do that? And in the middle of all that, Shubham just ends up doing nothing and giving the ball away. And a desperation tackle. Thought Messi might get sent off, but thankfully it's just the yellow. And Shubham is not down to 10 men just yet. But it will mean that some changes are being prompted. Knows he needs some fresh legs, a fresher mindset, and maybe some new ways of approaching this game right now. Because 3-0 down, there's little to no hope. He's got to make it happen right here, right now.
Oh yeah, and the worst part over here is this is Shubham at his ultimate best. Like he's got no pressure to play under. He's got all the
Mhm.
suitable conditions, and is still in for a bashing from Ashwin's side. So you can imagine the kind of a player that Ashwin has evolved into. If he keeps on playing like this, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see him soon on that MVP list. With these 3 goals, I'm pretty sure with the time in hand he's definitely going to score a couple more, considering how he's been making the move. And this could be a really promising cross, but Marquinhos coming out there at the right nick of time,
Ooh.
making that very important and crucial save.
Look at these changes. We've got Vinicius and Neymar on for Odisha FC. I wanted pace, and Shubham has most certainly delivered, but you have to wonder if it's a little too late, especially with Ronaldinho coming on for Ashwin on that left wing. You can already see that ponytail showing up. So I'm curious to see how these changes end up working out. Maybe Ashwin wants some flair goals along with the MVP. But talking about flair goals, Neymar just came on, and even with the weak foot, a finesse into the top corner, and still
How?
hope for Shavama fixes this. Still hope.
See how? How? Just answer me how. How did that go? I mean, apart from the part that he was well timed, it should not have happened.
I do believe Neymar has 5-star feet foot, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely can imagine Neymar doing in real life as well. But yeah, I didn't even think that was going close, let
With
alone going
Neymar.
in. So skill of that player is it's skill of Shubham really.
Oh God! I mean, you've got to take chances like that, right?
Oh yeah.
Because if you do
Oh no.
not, you're gonna be punished just like Ashwin saying good night, dear Shubham, as he just played that goal through in a perfect setup. The defense was absolutely in shambles, having no issues closing that one in. And he spot Ronaldinho up, and look at this, just elegantly seeing this through. And when we were starting to imagine maybe Shubham isn't going down with the fight, and he just hit him even harder. Now even Shubham is forced to ponder, what do I do? And Dugal says, छोड़ना जो देख ले जो होगा.
Exactly. Shubham just lost, for words right now because if yeah, I think I just lip read saying I don't think he could do anything right there. मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, and which
Uh,
is fair because the way Ashwin is playing is not really a case of Shubham playing poorly or anything like that. It's just Ashwin staying a step ahead, Ashwin having better form, and Ashwin outmaneuvering Shubham altogether with a better read on this meta right now. So 4-1 already fixes, and I think from the look on Shubham's face, combined with the scoreline, we might as well call it.
Oh yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, it's safe to say that this match has been done and dusted. But I really want to see some shenanigans by Ronaldinho. Instead, finds a pass on towards Ronaldo. Oh, has a lot of men after the ball. Hakimi does manage to steal it away. He's gonna try and initiate a very fast counter attack, and gives it back towards Messi. And that could have been offside, or was it onside? But regardless, the ball has been stolen away. De Bruyne passing it on towards the opposition, somehow retains back the possession. And now we've got to see if Ashwin has got a few tricks up his sleeve. Oh, again a breaking pass
Wow.
with Eusebio. This was a little over ambitious, but it's all right, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was a shot gone wrong or a cross gone wrong, because it honestly could have been both. But talking about going wrong, you see me right now playing with
No.
Shubham. The defender tripped by his own keeper, and Ronaldo will be like, "Oh, okay, I'll take it. That's for free." Then this is the only time I think that celebration actually is justified overall, because that was a bit of an unlucky goal.
Ashwin completely putting Shubham 6 feet under with that goal. I don't think this is not just a match. It's a revenge for him, revenge for the last encounter where Shubham had no issues taking Ashwin down 2-0. But this confident version of Ashwin is such a delight to watch. 5 goals already. We haven't seen a lot of 5 goal hauls, and this is one of many. And against no pressure Odisha FC, right? This time they have got nothing else to say. It was just Ashwin and his supremacy being established, his domination being set in the stadiums of FIFA right now. And no way, Shubha. This is just frustration kicking in, right? With Vinicius going in from that spot, going in for that finesse kick. Still, there you go. That's the final whistle blowing out, and Ashwin manages to seal the deal, and there you have a clear winner. And Carmen is like, bro, shant ho ja, just calm down. You've scored a lot of goals. And Ashwin is like, no. I want to score a few more in the cup.
And yeah, it's going to be especially important for them too, right? Because at their mark in the co-op, they need to at least get a draw to secure the 3 points. Because while Ashwin has got a dominating victory here in game 2, Odisha still with a chance in game 3 to find a win and maybe at least secure 1 point. But I would say more importantly, take away 2 points from Mumbai City FC, because the form that Ashwin is on, co-op should just be a piece of cake. But hey, you never know. When players' backs are against the wall, I feel like that's when they just roar back stronger.
I mean, maybe Odisha FC would want their sweet revenge of this, 5-1 thrashing in the co-op game. That's where they show their true colors. But that is where things really get even difficult, CA, because how do you stop Ashwin and Tikka in the sublime form, right? Even in terms of their co-op game, they've been so strong. And look at the quality and class of these goals. I have nothing to say. I mean, really felt like. I would want to see Ashwin just going up against SC's Bengal right then and there. Have
Exactly.
Ashwin and Ankit Gupta encounter. That's the petition.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. It would just be goals galore on either side, especially with Ashwin scoring shots like this. Even that second Kevin De Bruyne goal, you could see Tikka's reaction. He's like, what? And it was just nutty overall, because you're not expecting goals like that to go in. But a lot of long shots overall in this match. Even Shubham got himself one of those, but I think at the end of the day, it was just Ashwin. Hey, yo, I didn't even notice that goal was a flare shot. The fake kick with the actual tap in. Very well done by Ashwin, showing off as well with his shots.
I mean, it just keeps getting worse. Look at this. Look at this. Shubham absolutely just he's suppressing his anger there. That's all I can say. He's been played with, and it is all Ashwin over here. Clearly you can see in terms of possession, everything, clear domination from the boys from Mumbai City FC, and Odisha FC had no response to that sort of a play. That is the kind of a masterclass. Not that Shubham was playing bad or something. It was Ashwin on a whole different level. But for you guys, we have something for you, right? Yes, the dancing virtual robot goes by the name of Vflect by Terra Virtua. You can have your hands on this. I've got exactly this robot, and all you've got to do is sign up at www.terravirtua.io/ISL, and you're gonna get this for free, which is worth $19.99. Now, well, I have sided with Odisha FC. CA has gone with Chennai FC. Have you already gotten yours?
Yeah, just yesterday actually, and it's really cool the way it's set up. And I really think that it's really special, because this eISL journey is a long one. So every fan wants to have something that is for themselves to try and remember it by. And I think for all the fans out there, it's must grab. You should really go get it.
Oh, you should definitely, because this is just the first edition, right? We've got a lot of more eISL seasons coming up in the future. The announcements will definitely be made later on, but for now, I mean, imagine, you're going for an NFT, and suddenly this is the first, and the next season, maybe the values would change, but the first season is always special, right? The first in the making, and imagine, a certain moment being captured over there, so you can do all that. So but regardless, now keeping that aside, see, heading into the co-op game, Odisha FC absolutely bamboozled, absolutely, just terrified by what really came their way. Do you think they can recover?
Oh, that's a great question. I think at this point, for them to recover, it would be a miraculous act from Shubham and Dugal themselves. They need to combine the best versions of them, where Dugal was great on the counter, great at setting up these random chances almost that came out of nothing to something. Shubham is really good at really solidifying and turning those chances into actual goals. And they need to find the best version of themselves to try and rely on, because man, it's not just Ashwin. Even Tikka, the way he's playing right now, he's on another level of form. And together, I can only imagine them getting better because they match up so well.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. And it's right now at this point we've seen the boys from Mumbai City FC pick up the pace in such a good manner, even in the co-op games. I think whenever you call Ashwin up, just got to say this one thing. I'm gonna work out a little bit on that co-op game. And when we were thinking that he might have gotten rusty, look at how he really came in, and look at how he's really played. And the same goes with Chennai and FC. Did see them after quite a while, and inside the co-op game, the synchronization has been so much better because, again, right? Naveen and Saransh being two amazing players, they usually win their individual games. It's very less likely that any of their games goes towards co-op to be the decider. So, but when it did, they kind of looked a little slacky. Today they have mended all the mistakes. They've made sure that they did not commit any and had no issues taking Jamshedpur FC down. But the similar storyline goes. I'm pretty sure Mumbai City FC, with the time they've been getting, the practice they've been putting, I think this could be it. This is the moment that we're all waiting for, and this is game time right now. As there you go, best of luck being said, and well, Dougal is still pretty chill, but Shubham is absolutely infuriated with what's really happened.
Yeah, maybe that's why we're saying that demolishment from Ashwin on Shubham. Maybe Shubham
Best of luck being said, and well, Dougal is still pretty chill, but Shubham is absolutely infuriated.
really given. Maybe that's why we're saying that demolishment from Ashwin on Shubham. Maybe Shubham
Oh,
hasn't
look
yet
at it.
really
Look at
given up the pressure. But yeah, you can see Tugal just having a good time, and the same could be said for the Mumbai City FC boys.
Oh, it's gonna be so exciting at this particular moment, right? How is it all gonna work out for Duggal and Shubham? Because here they are, the boys are in for revenge. At this particular moment, sometimes when you tend to get hot-headed, you make some really careless decisions, or sometimes, you make some really good plays. We just have to see which version of Odisha FC are we gonna witness in.
City FC boys.
Oh, it's gonna be so exciting at this particular moment, right? Times when you you're gonna witness in this particular matchup a really good Dougal saying that there was a chance you should have passed, and this is what exactly I was talking about.
Look at this. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, there's a way they need to try and make it work. There's any way they need to try and push forward, but right now it is quite the control. Once this attack for Mumbai City FC, they're trying to push forward, and comps wise, I do believe it is Ashwin's that has carried him in there. It is the preferred De Bruyne combination for Ashwin coming into the co-op, and maybe after that goal, convinced as well. Well, I don't think Bellingham can do that, so maybe he starts playing that De Bruyne card as well.
I mean, we've got to see like the changes that they've made, and most of the times we've seen them going with Shubhams go through, and for Mumbai City FC, we've got to see they've been loving their De Bruyne, especially Ashwin, the way he's been scoring those goals, and Hulit it in and by the name of Eusebio goes for the chip shot. It's so audacious. Oh no way! See, no freaking way did that go in. End this misery already.
It is, but the confidence with which he's approaching his finishing right now, I really
Oh,
feel like it has to be Ashwin.
he's got a
Because
match
oh
golden
no, it's
foot.
actually Tika. Because look at the controllers. Got a red light on it, and that was the blue controller. So Tika chiming it as well. He's like, Ashwin, I'm not gonna let you have the best goal of the entire series for free. I'm gonna add in some of my own.
Yeah, Tikka is again one of those players that's really deadly in the final third, right? When he's got to take the
Yeah.
shot, he's also clinical as well. No, oh freaking way! And Odisha FC absolutely at this point, and being cast as we're supposed to be. What's really happening is basically absolute sledging, demolition by Mumbai City FC, and it's all done on Odisha FC right now at this particular moment. But they might pay, but the defense is so particular. The defense is so spot on, and let's see what's going on.
This, like you said, we expect to be, we want to be those neutral observers, and we most definitely are. But the statistics cannot lie, because you can see Mumbai, they are dominating right now. Once again, Ashwin looking for the pass into the box, but will not find uh, his teammate just yet. Odisha back on the counter, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they're on the same page as much as Mumbai City FC. Every time Mumbai City go for a pass, the runner is already available. Every time Mumbai City is trying to defend, they're cutting down on the passing lanes together. They're pressuring the players together, but not entirely the same for Odisha FC. There does seem to be a slight disconnect.
Yeah, a little bit over there. No harm done though. Mumbai City FC is still really sound, but it's just that one goal. But I'm pretty sure the pressure that these boys have been applying, right? The biggest mystery with Odisha FC is the issue with them is to figure out when they're actually going to go for the shot. Because ideally, a lot of players would go for the passing plays, right? But not for them, right? Not for them, as the way they've been playing. Oh, this could be a good play in from Pele, goes directly in, and you could clearly see that the sync up between Duggal and Shubham is not as beautiful as it is with Tikka and Ashwin over here, and somebody is, of course, having to pay.
Exactly, and at this point, it does look like it is the Odisha FC boys who are going to pay. Because again, lot of the possession control by Mumbai City FC, but a key interception there by N'Golo Kante gets the ball back on the counter. Ronaldo 9 trying to make some space, and Ronaldo 7 trying to
Oh,
recover the ball, but they will not make it happen inside Mumbai City FC. Once again, able to pick it up and set up the counter once again. But like I say, Hakimi, one of the fastest cards in the game. You can't just run past him.
oh yes, you definitely can't. And
Oh my!
all right, a chip for a chip, and this one just didn't go through. But kudos to the attempt, because look at this look at this long pass, for instance, but all came down to nothing because little late on passing it behind, and it's an end-to-end FIFA going on, and we're approaching the first half, coming almost to an end, and yeah, it's just that one goal has been scored. Now, if Odisha FC can score an equalizer, then that's going to relieve a little bit of a pressure
Oh
on
my!
towards them. And now, Odisha FC giving Mumbai City FC a taste of their own medicine. And now Ashwin knows. All right, he knows there's something going on. There's something cooking. He exactly knows the dish that is going to be put in front of their table. So the next time Odisha FC try to pull off something like that, I'm pretty sure Mumbai City FC would be well prepared.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, though, the focus for all of Mumbai City FC is in trying to get that second goal so they can create a bit of a safety net, a bit of a cushion for themselves, and maybe try to do that with that 45th minute mark attack. But the 1-2 intercepted well once again by N'Golo Kante. It has been a pain for many a players in division rivals now here in the eISL as well. N'Golo Kante striking when it's necessary. Now the push coming in. The defense is so compact, but Ronaldo to Ronaldo, they set it up Odisha, but Ruben
No
Diaz
way!
on the edge. Oh my god.
Odisha FC have just woken up on the wrong side of the bed, right? That's the only explanation at this point. I think Shubham has even made peace with that now. If that does not go through, then what does? But look at the audacity of this goal. Karman Tekka's like, Ashwin's like, whoa, what did you just pull off? And then the next one also coming in through, just hitting the crossbar. So Mumbai City FC clearly has been their first half, but Odisha FC, I think they're still inside the game, right? They still have created a couple of chances. And now in the second half, CA, what are we anticipating?
I'm really just anticipating more of the same. But I will say the co-op has been much closer than we expected. Besides that insane goal, you can see Ashwin's reaction to that goal as well. It wasn't something he's expecting. There hasn't been much to separate these two teams, which does mean that it still could go either way. A win for Odisha FC means they get at least 1 point on the board. A draw means they lose all three. A loss means they lose all three. So 2 out of 3 situations right now favoring Mumbai City FC. And talking about 2 out of 3, they might just make it 2 on the board right here with this attack. Ooh.
Oh yeah, they certainly can, and well, they're trying to, in fact, Mumbai City FC, but this time the defense being a little alert and alarm. And now from here onwards, I want to see that comeback happening, right? I want to see Odisha FC's scoring that equalizer and maybe that winner at least try and share a few points now. Just spoil the party because that is what they're here for. But if they opt for passes like this, I'm pretty sure Mumbai City FC are just going to be hammering a few more goals at the back of the net with Eusebio passing on towards Hullet over there. And now it's going to be interesting to see who he passes on to, finding the right passes. Just this synchronization is so much more perfect because
Oh my.
one gets deflected, the other goes in, and it is, of course, this time Ashwin who scores the goal, and there you go, MCFC 2-0.
Yeah. And again, some fortunate goals, some insane goals, but every single one that ends up in the back of the net is exactly that, a goal. A goal that will extend their lead, a goal that will almost effectively ensure that they get those 3 points in the bag. Because right now, to deny any points from Mumbai City FC in the next 35 minutes of this half, Odisha have to score 3 back-to-back-to-back goals. And considering that they've only managed to score one in both of their individual matches combined, I think that's going to be easier said than done.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we've got Wow Cancelo really coming up ahead. Mbappe will give it away towards De Bruyne through Gullit, and I'm thinking he's going for one of those shots right from around the box, but no, this time Dougal and Shubham say no. But for all you viewers out there, who are watching the AISL, we do have the Hero ISL also about to start from 7:30. We've got the Southern Derby today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Hyderabad FC going up against Kerala Blasters FC at the same time. Also, we do have Odisha FC going up against ATK MB. So that is also another one of those fixtures that you do not want to miss out. But that's going to happen tomorrow. But for today, like we said, it's Hyderabad FC and Kerala Blasters FC. So might as well just tune in on towards Geo TV, Disney Plus, Hotstar, and Star Sports Network, and enjoy all that fun and support your favorite teams as well.
Yeah, definitely. If your taste of football right here, you get to take it from the eISL to the actual Hero ISL and support your favorite teams from your favorite cities overall. I think it's a splendid affair. But right now, in the eISL itself, in this matchup, Odisha FC not having as much of a splendid affair. It is Mumbai City FC dominating throughout, and we're going to see a flurry of changes to try and defy the momentum right now. Vinicius Jr. on for Ronaldo, Messi on for Pele. We'll see if any of these changes actually matter for Odisha FC.
Oh, that we definitely will, right? But for now, as things stand, it's 64 minutes past in, and clearly, Odisha FC not really finding success. At a certain point, they're getting frustrated, but this could be a good break heading in with Vinicius Junior. Really felt would utilize his space a little bit more, but instead went for the pass. It's all right, and now the ball has been snatched away, and now it's Mumbai City FC. They're on the run with Eusebio's got that literal blistering pace. Has to look for that cutback a little too long, but no, Ronaldo still maintains possession. Oh, that little cheeky piece of skill move. And now I think Azim has been missing out on a lot of action today.
Yeah, most definitely. Again,
I'm
talking
gonna
about
text him
action.
after this game.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you missed out on an eventful day. Definitely, but might just get more eventful fixes because I will say with these changes coming in, it's all about attack for Odisha FC. I even noticed Conte going off for Neymar, a winger for a defensive midfielder. That's how you know they want them goals. But I'm not sure what that was. Messi with a little bit of a whiff just hands it free and clear into Casillas' hands, who's going to set up Ronaldo 7 on the push. But instead, Varane with the clearance, though it wasn't a great one, almost gave it away. And this time, Gullit will make sure he does give it away.
Yeah, and at this certain point, we're in a situation where I think we're approaching the end game of this match, the final 15 minutes, and Odisha FC still they've created a few chances but haven't really converted them. So these little giveaways, loose balls have been hurting the chances up there a bit. And Mumbai City FC, every single time they get it, they sort of try to capitalize. Look at the reads on the players, right? They know exactly what to do. Ronaldo is out in the open, but Marquinhos at the last nick over there, at last moment, comes in for the rescue party and saves the day, which could have been 3-0 really easily. Now Odisha FC looking for a sucker punch with Neymar Jr. goes in for the shot and they score. No celebrations whatsoever because they're looking for that quick revenge. They're looking for redemption. They want to at least equalize the scores over here. But again, a draw would mean nothing at all unless and until they get a winner. That is the only condition in which they will have to share points with MCFC, who have been guaranteed that 1 point and will soon get the three.
Exactly. So if they are to get denied 2 of those 3 points from Mumbai City FC, they need to get a goal on this very attack, and it's actually Ronaldo setting it up. The Masirule going through, but it will actually miss it. Another fumble from the goalkeeper,
No!
but this time Casillas makes it back in time, and you can see Ashwin just calming Tikka down. He knows that they need to make sure that they don't give away free chances like that to make sure they get those 3 points. And he's just going to slam it to the other side of the pitch. We're like, bro, we just need to buy time.
Yeah, Ashwin is of the opinion यार कोई नहीं चलता है because again, let's be honest, right? Even if it's a draw, it's still 3 points unless and until they're scoring a winner with Mbappe really going in solo. I really felt at a moment the pass should have been there, but clear little issues in terms of teamwork is what is visible, where Mumbai City FC looking
Oh
such a
my.
good well-knit unit, as this time they do not fail in scoring, and now the scores are leveled up in the final 10 minutes. Odisha FC, they suddenly have upped the drama over here. Now the question remains, with just 1 minute remaining to go, can they find the winner? Can they snatch away those 2 points that Mumbai City FC are looking forward to, along with the one that they're assured? But no, this could be
Oh.
lights out. Ooh.
Well, it's over. It's all she wrote with that attack itself. Overtime, the extra time that was there available is finished, and just like that, even though there was a Herculean effort from Odisha FC to try and push back in those last 10 minutes, it's just going to be a draw, which means Ashwin's win is going to be what counts to get them that overall set victory for Mumbai City FC. 3 points on the board and back into that second spot.
Oh yeah. I mean the way this entire thing just spanned out, right? Oh god, oh god, look at this goal. It all started with that, and then even Ashwin was just absolutely shell shocked. How did you pull off that, man? You gotta teach me. And he's like, I just took it from your book. So then this one, just a deflection coming out. And I love the follow-up plays, right? There's always a play there. And this is something that you can execute when you're playing that co-op mode, right? You get your player up, and then in those final few minutes, right? That is where Odisha FC managed to get the redemption done. They managed to at least tie it all up. But let's be honest, yeah, that was not enough. Had they scored one more in, had they conceded one less, they could have shared points. But for now, I think it's officially confirmed. Let's head over to the scorecard, and there you go. 3 points earned, all courtesy to Ashwin, our chocolate boy inside the eISL. Shares that title with Imad, but I'm pretty sure he would mind sharing the trophy with Imad. So
Yeah.
clearly has his eyes on that. That 5 goal haul. I mean, he was just out of the world tonight.
Yeah, Ashwin was just on another level of form. The shots he was hitting, the goals he was hitting, and I don't think I'm going to be surprised if he does end up becoming the hero of the match as well. So we'll have to keep our eye out for that. But with those 5 goals, especially considering that it was those 5 goals, his victory that got them the 3 points, no surprise at all. It is Ashwin who is the hero of the match.
Yeah, no surprises there. And the 2 goals really coming out, did come off in the co-op from Tikka's side. So he's no less. And I love the build-ups by Ashwin, right? He gives him those chances, and there you can see the first goal coming in, and he just got started. But then what we just witnessed, this exact one from De Bruyne. What a screamer
Wow.
of a goal that is. And even Shubham was just
Yeah.
taken aback with the sheer class quality. And who does that is what you could say. But by this one, it was clearly lights out, right? This is where he did sing a lullaby and put Shubham into a deep slumber from which he could never wake up. And when things were just getting, you know, just sort of looking a little steady for Shubham, he hit him with a few couple more. And this one, just final nail in the coffin. 5 goals in his individual games. Not a lot of players have done that in the ISL, but not a lot of players are Ashwin, right? So let's take a look at the Terra Virtua super moment of the evening. Has to be that Kevin De Bruyne goal, or is it something else? I think it's the final goal. The final goal that Ashwin did
Ah,
score. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. Any goal you just pick up, that could
yeah.
be the Terra Virtua moment. So it's really nice. I mean, Ashwin has that sly little smile on his face. But see, what an evening that we've had.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this evening, now it's going to result in a shuffle in those positions. So taking a look at the leaderboard, you can see once again Mumbai City reclaiming that second spot, and looking at the top four itself, Bengaluru sneaking in there. We talked about FC Goa. They've still got 2 matches on all of the player teams in the top four, and if they're able to get wins on both, then they will be tied for second spot in terms of points. So it could honestly go either way.
It definitely could go either ways, but there's one thing that you can ensure, that you have a chance at getting the V-Flex robot from Terra Virtua exclusive property. And now, the way Mumbai City FC have been playing, it's time to get that blue one in for you guys. All you've got to do is head over to www.terravirtua.io/ISL. And like we've been already saying, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with the ISL, but the real hero ISL has just begun from 7:30. So do not forget to tune into, because the Southern Derby is at show right now. Kerala Blasters FC going up against Hyderabad FC. Surely you want to check that out exclusively on Star Sports, Disney Plus, Hotstar, and GeoTV network. So that being said, before we head out, a huge shout out to the sponsors, as the eISL is brought to you by Coca-Cola. A huge shout out to associate sponsor Hero, esports partners Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners Terra Virtua. That being said, CA and I, we're going to be calling it a night. We're going to see you really quick with some more FIFA action, but maybe some other day.